Wednesday night, it's go big or go home for the Rockets in their Game 7 matchup against the OKC Thunder after dropping Game 6 on a late turnover from Russell Westbrook. Max, I told you guys earlier, Mike D'Antoni's record there facing elimination games. He is 0-5. That would have to change here. Should the focus, though, let's talk about the players, be more so on Harden or Westbrook?
You asking me, Molly?
Max?
Max? Yeah, Max. Yep.
James Harden. The answer is James Harden. James Harden, if he wants Mike D'Antoni to stay his coach, according to Stephen A. Smith, and there's been talk about that. And Stephen A., we had Fertitta on First Take, I don't remember how many months ago at this point. Maybe it's going back a year already. But
promoting his book.
He means business.
Yeah.
That's right, promoting his book, and he means business. He wants to win a championship, and if this is not the coach to do it, I have no problem believing he won't be there. And Indiana gets rid of Nate McMillan. That's odd. McMillan's really good, and maybe he's heading there. James Harden has, in this postseason, played much better than he's played in postseasons in the past. He has remained at MVP level when his team has needed him most so far. If he wants D'Antoni to remain his coach, and Harden was already quasi-MVP kind of player before he started playing for D'Antoni. But once they hired D'Antoni, it went to another level. If Harden likes that, and if he wants that coach to stay and thinks he can win a championship with that coach, then he better make sure that his team wins. Stephen A., he's the best player on the floor.
Well, my answer is Westbrook, Max Kellerman, because, like you said, he's a number 2 option. He's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. He's got to cut down on the turnovers. And remember, as much as we love and respect him, we all remember he has not been out of the first round since Kevin Durant left Oklahoma City. Somewhere along the way, Kevin Durant was looking at the game last night and saying, see what I told y'all? Someone could plausibly argue that point, that that's what Kevin Durant is doing. I don't know, but someone could argue that. Having said all of that, let me focus on D'Antoni just like I started the show. D'Antoni is a damn good coach. He's a revolutionary coach on the offensive side of the ball, going small and basically running the table in that regard, just going for it. Major props to him. He generates excitement. His teams are usually a box office attraction. He deserves our credit. Nobody is saying he's not qualified to be a head coach in the NBA. But guess what? Nate McMillan was qualified to be a head coach in the NBA. I didn't have a problem with Indiana letting him go because he lost every year in the first round. And not only that, I think he needs to be in a better situation than a small market team who's not going to get those marquee guys. So I'd like to see Nate McMillan being a head coach in a different situation than that. But in terms of D'Antoni, not only are you 0-5 in those Game 7s, those closeout games, you know, with the season on the line, or you've lost your last 5 rather, but the bottom line is this: Tillman Fertitta believes that this team is a championship contender. He was very turned off by the fact that they had lost on their home court to the Golden State Warriors last year without the services of Kevin Durant. That really bothered him, okay? So you got to take that into consideration. Then you trade for Russell Westbrook. You let go of CP3. And then you go, and not only do you lose, but you lose in the first round to a player, by the way, that played like a superstar last night. What a damn show CP3 pulled on, Lord have mercy. It was special. And for him to take you out like that, if they lose Game 7, I'm going to say it right here again. If they lose Game 7, Mike D'Antoni will not be the coach of the Houston Rockets next season. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Tell me for the press conference,
By the way,
they can sit up there and have a parade and have a dance team root for them, all of that stuff. It will not matter. Mike D'Antoni will not be the head coach of the Houston Rockets next year if they lose tomorrow night. I promise you that. He will be gone. Make no mistake. Make no mistake.
Notice that the guys were traded for each other, Westbrook and CP3. CP3 has this amazing MVP kind of game. And afterward, Westbrook talks not about CP3's performance, but like about what he did wrong. I didn't have any turnovers a couple games ago. I had 7 turnovers today. And CP3 afterward shouts out who when he said, some people are just built for this. Damian Lillard. It looks like there's no love lost between these two. And it shapes up just like Denver and Utah, but for different reasons, to be another historically great Game 7 in the very first round.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.